I'm Rebecca Rodney. Welcome to your first violin lesson. Let's go.
Alright, how's it going? It's Phoenix here with Weatherford Music Academy, and I'm here with the one and only Rebecca Rodney, our violin instructor, and I'm here to take my first ever violin lesson. So we're just going to get started. I played violin yesterday for the first time in my life, and if you tuned into my video, Rebecca was kind of trashing me for my bowing technique, so I said, well, I guess I need to take a lesson then, so that's why we're here today. And we've got our special guest, George, which is our studio violin. So we're going to pull out George now. Actually, I don't even know. Do we start off with a violin or do we just start by... Okay, so should I get George?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to get George. Okay, and I've got George over here.
Yep, there you go. Okay, so
Awesome.
You can actually put your bow down for now. I'll just take it one at a time. There he is.
So what's next?
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is just kind of teach you some of the terminology, just what things are called. So if I tell you, tilt your stick towards the scroll, then you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
So, just the basics. So this guy right here, this wooden part, is called the bridge.
Okay.
And then just like a ukulele or a guitar, this black part, we call it the fingerboard. And then right here we have the scroll, because it looks like a scroll. Okay.
Ah.
And so for now, for our first lesson, that's really all that you need to know. And then actually, I'll throw in one more, freebie. This is called our chin rest. So it's pretty self-explanatory, that's where your chin rests, but now you know. Alright, so let's actually talk about the strings of the violin. So we have G, D, A, and E. So I tell my students, good dogs always eat. That's how you remember. So there you go. Alright, now let's talk about how we hold it. So you'll notice I have a little thingy right here. We call this the shoulder rest. Some people use them, some people don't. I'm like a giraffe and I have to have one just for that support. So I have an extra one in case you need one, but I'll have you hold it up without one first. So the biggest thing with violin is just being relaxed. Just use your natural instrument. So first, just go ahead and hold the violin in your right hand.
Okay.
And if you're right-handed or left-handed, 99% of the time, the violin will still go in your left hand. So just practice just gesturing up with your left hand. Just bring it about to shoulder height. Yeah, and you can bring it a little bit more parallel to the wall. Yeah, there you go. Just keep everything relaxed. Now just do the exact same thing with the violin. And what I want you to think about is bringing the violin to you. Don't bring you to the violin, because that's when we get bad posture.
Yeah, so just like that.
Yeah, super. And you'll definitely need shoulder rest.
Okay, I was going to say, like, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'll put on this shoulder rest and kind of show you how that goes. How that works is, you see how it's thicker right here? Flip it around. So this thick part is going to go under the chin rest. So I can just flip it around and scoot it right on. Okay, now try that out.
Much better.
Yeah, that looks better. So in future, I'd probably like finagle it a bit more just to get the settings to
And you can kind of like bring it out a little bit more and things like that?
Yeah, exactly. You can move it around.
This will get me through my first lesson.
Yeah. So again, I'll just walk you through some of the terminology. So right here, this guy is we have this screw. And you're going to actually need to use this right now because I have your bow loosened.
Okay.
It's very, very important that whenever you're not using your instrument to keep your bow loosened, because otherwise the wood, it can warp and get damaged. So let's talk about how we tighten it. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So to tighten it, just rotate it to the right, and what you're looking for is at the exact middle of the bow, you're looking for a space that you can just about stick your pinky finger into. And that's about where you want it. So if you have it too tight, then again it can damage the wood, and it'll also damage your sound as well. It'll give you really brash sound.
This thing's hard to turn.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be that hard?
No, it's that violent.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have a big pinky, so
yeah,
I feel like someone's pinky would fit.
Okay, so now let's talk about our bow hole. This is where things get really exciting, because if you think about it, okay, sure, I have a fancy violin, it's well made, but without this, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Make sure you can do pizzicato, but that only gets you so far. Okay, so this is where all the exciting thing is. So I use the Franco-Belgian bow hold. There's also a Russian bow hold. That one looks kind of like this. something like that. I don't like it. Most people in the United States use the Franco-Belgium, so that's what I'll show you. So I'll give you a visual and then I'll kind of like walk you through it. So this is what it looks like. View, back view too. Alright, now let's kind of take this apart. So what I tell my students is you're going to be like a bunny or a llama. So this is the basic position that you're going to use without the bow. So you have the bunny's 2 front teeth, 2 floppy ears, and then his back tooth. So you don't have to think about so much about the middle two being closer together. It can be an even spacing, but sometimes it's helpful just to group the two. So what you're going to do when you have this position is your middle 2 fingers, or generally just your second finger, is going to go in between this little dot on the bow and the actual hair of the bow. So you can just place it over and then just let your ring finger relax. Yeah, super. And then just your first finger can relax on it, and your pinky is going to go right on top of the stick. Right on top. Yeah, there you go. So you might need to tilt your hand a little bit over just to get a better... Yeah, there you go. Okay. And now...
This is hard. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I cannot keep my pinky there, but I'm trying.
That's what counts. Alright, so now if you have all 4 fingers placed, everything's just be really loose, really relaxed. And then what your thumb is going to do is it's going to go right behind your second finger. And I want you to kind of think about like you're making an O almost. So it's very, very important to keep your thumb curled outwards. A lot of people kind of go like this. That's going to give you a lot of wrist problems. So it's really important to keep it curved outwards.
Is it the curve? Is that close?
Yeah, that's pretty close. And then over time, like your muscles will get stronger there, and then you'll be able to hold a better one.
This feels very unnatural, but
yeah. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so think about, you can bring your middle 2 fingers down a little bit, so don't think about pinching it.
Yeah.
Just think about a gentle hold. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now just kind of move around a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Try to move your wrist. Your wrist is really going to be key to your sound. Yeah, there you go. Super. Okay, now also think about tilting the knuckles of your hand towards the tip of the bow.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not going to be like this, but like that. All right, yeah, there you go. Not too bad. All right, just make sure you keep your pinky right on top. I'll show you why the pinky is important. So this is a great exercise I do with a lot of my kids. Just use your pinky finger, nothing else, isolate everything else, and just push down. It's called windshield vipers. That shows you how important your pinky is. It's holding all the weight of the bow pretty much. It's really important for your balance.
I cannot keep that thing on top.
Yeah, that's all right. Just over time, you get better at it. All right, so now before we take the violin, I just want to kind of give you the visual of what I want you to think about when you start bowing. So most commonly what people do is they use their shoulder as an instinct. They just start bowing like this. But what happens there is my bow starts to go crooked. So when you're bowing, what you're looking for is for it to be pretty parallel between the fingerboard and the bridge. So, real quick, I just want you to think about isolating your shoulder, not moving it at all, and just opening up through your elbow and your wrist.
Okay.
Yeah, super. You can use a little bit more wrist too. Yeah, there you go. Oh, like a violinist I forget. All right, now you can take the violin.
Okay, wow.
Let's go.
We're doing this.
All right, so just hold it up like we did before. And we're gonna start on A string.
All right.
So, go ahead and just place your bow on A string.
Good dogs always eat.
Yep, there you go. Good.
Boom.
There you go. Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so...
That's what it's supposed to sound like, right? Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, okay, so what I want you to think about is keeping your bow in contact with the string, so don't, finish with an up.
Okay.
Just keep in contact.
Yeah. I'm getting some harmonics.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. So that's happening because you're concentrating so hard. I think you forgot about your shoulder, so you're using it a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, so because it's going crooked, that's what's giving you that sound. So just try to open up through your wrist and your elbow and keep it pretty straight. Yeah.
My arm's tired.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little bit of technique. You're doing great. So it's kind of counterintuitive. We don't play on the flat of the hair. We actually tilt the stick of the bow towards the scroll of the violin, but just ever so slightly. It's not a lot, you're not going to flap or something, but just slightly, and that'll help out with your sound.
Okay, so good idea?
Yeah, okay, so we've just been playing on A string, so now let's try E string.
Okay.
So think about having your forearm as an elevator, so you're on floor A. So to get to floor E, you're just going to go down one. All that needs to happen is your forearm should come closer to your body. And that's the only change. Right. Yeah,
That
super.
one was way easier.
Yeah, and normally A is easier, so
Okay.
I don't know. Well, there you go. Okay, let's try D. So again, now you're just going to go up 2 floors on the elevator and try that out. Yeah, okay, so what happens, it gets a little bit more exaggerated when we get on the lower 2 strings, but I just want you to think about keeping your hand more in a linear motion.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, you will think more about doing a figure 8, but for now, just think about keeping it straight in line. Yeah.
And we went to G?
Yeah. Do D one more time. Yeah. So you might have to watch over here. Aim your hand towards the corner of this desk.
This hand?
Yeah.
That's my elbow.
Maybe you should do anatomy first.
Okay. So like this?
Okay, more that way. Like, so don't move you. So go back to where you were. Yeah, okay. Now just move, like bring your hand out that way. Yeah, there you go. Okay. No. Yeah, there you go. Now use your elbow. Yeah, okay, you'll get there. Still having a little bit
This
of
feels so unnatural.
Yeah, well, okay, so let's
I'm
move on
making
to
sound.
Yeah,
That's
you're making sound. That's big.
That's
pretty
huge.
big. Okay, so now we go on to G string. So again, just make sure that you're opening up through your elbow and your wrist and not your shoulder.
Like this.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, super.
Professional.
Phoenix Rose, finally right here. All right. Okay. So now you can put your bow down, and we're going to talk about our left
Thank God.
hand.
My hand is so
Is it
cramped.
tired? Yeah. So let's talk about how we hold it with our left hand.
Okay.
So you kind of think like you're making a check mark or something, and there should only be 2 contact points with the neck of the violin. This is the neck, by the way. Just contact point basically right here, and then on your thumb. You can kind of make a check mark, and for me, the neck of the violin rests right on top of this first knuckle. So you just put it there, and then once there, you can just relax and just have it naturally come in. So your thumb should be directly opposite like your first or second finger. Not over here, not over here. It should fall naturally across. Yeah, super. Okay, so now go ahead and keep that position and take it up. Yeah, there you go. Now straighten your left wrist. So don't have a collapse like this, but straight. Yeah, super. Nice. Okay, so let's talk about how we put our fingers on the strings. And as a guitarist, you'll probably already know that you do the very, very tip of your finger, no flat finger action. So do you have tapes on that violin? So where the first star is, that's where you're going to put your first finger. You can go ahead and do it on A string.
Okay.
A string is kind of like our home bass string.
Yeah.
That's where you start out. So, okay. So now your wrist has gone out a little bit too much, so just make sure that it's straight. Yeah, super. Okay, now just get used to that kind of vertical up and down motion. So raise your finger and lower your finger. And relax your thumb as much as possible.
Okay.
There should be absolutely no tension there. Yeah, okay. Now try to...
So are you basically holding it up with your chin? Like, should you be able to, like, hold it without much support?
That's kind of disputed.
Okay.
I would say no. There should be more of a balance. So, I mean, yes, I can take my hand away, but that's not the point of it.
Yeah.
So some of the support is still coming from my left hand.
Cool.
Yeah, all right, let's try to do a little pizzicato action.
Okay.
So just, when we do pizzicato, we're always going to do it over the fingerboard. And the reason for that is because we bow over here, sometimes the oils of our hands could transfer onto the string and then mess up with our bow. So you're just going to do pizzicato over here, and just try plucking with your first finger down. Yeah, and just relax your hand. You can have it over the violin more so. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's move on to second finger. So you can just put your second finger down. It's where that second star is. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, nice. That's your C sharp. Yeah,
Boom.
and then you can put your third finger down. Yeah, try that out. Right, we have A string, we put a finger down, now it's B, then we have a C sharp, then we have a D. But what do we remember? We also have an open string D. So when we're playing that, we make an octave there. So even if we're just playing on your third finger D, if you're like really going for it, then the string behind it will actually resonate and give it extra oomph, I guess you could say. So sometimes when you hear that special reading, that's how you know you're in tune, because the strings below it will start resonating with it. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Violin has a lot of cool physics with it. So
awesome. So is that like pretty much my first lesson?
yeah, pretty much.
We got the right hand, we got the left hand, we got the shoulder, we got the elbow, we got the wrist, we got this thing, whatever that was. What was the bunny and the llama?
Yeah, bunny and llama, or Franco-Belgium if you want to be fancy.
My shoulders are sore, my wrist is sore, I'm exhausted. But it was a good first violin lesson.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
And if you want to take a violin lesson with Rebecca, all you got to do is give us a call, 682-200-3795, and we can get you hooked up. Take a trial violin lesson like I just did, and you can experience the pain and the joy of playing the violin.
Mostly joy.
Mostly joy, sure.
Mostly joy.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to pass it over to Rebecca to play something for you.
Okay. Alright, this is one of my favorite goes to. It's from Legends of the Fall. It's by James Horner. You might be familiar with the film.